Okay, on the previous videos I used the method of substitution. And now I'm going to do a problem using the method of elimination. So this is a different method, elimination. So the idea here is to add a multiple of one equation to another, or multiples of two equations to each other, in such a way that you eliminate one of the two variables, or one of the three variables if there's three. This works for more than two variables. So for example, 7x plus 8y equals negative 3, and negative 5x minus 6y equals 9. First, I notice that these are consistent and independent, so I should get a single solution. So I can't take any of those shortcuts. So I need to get rid of either the x's or the y's, and I could do either one. One doesn't look easier than the other. So what I did, I wrote down what I did here. I took 3 times number 1, equation number 1, and 4 times equation number 2. And when you do that, what I get is 21x plus 24y equals negative 9. That's 3 times the first one. 3 times this one gives me this one. And then I'm going to take 4 times the second one. And 4 times the second one, just all the way across, multiplying by 4, is negative 20x minus 24y equals 36. And I did that so that these two y coefficients have opposite signs. They're the same magnitude but opposite sign. So if you add these two equations now, the y's will cancel out. You get 24y minus 24y. So I add the two equations and I get x equals 27. It's just coincidence I ended up with a coefficient of 1 on the x, made it kind of easy. And then you just plug that into either equation 1 or 2. I used equation 2 just for the heck of it. Plug the x in to equation 2, and I get negative 5 times 27 minus 6y equals 9. That gives me negative 135 minus 9 equals 6y. I put this minus 6y, I put it on the right, it becomes 6y, and I put the 9 on the left, it becomes minus 9. And I just multiplied the negative 5 times 27. Now I just have to combine these two here. Minus 35 minus 9 is minus 144. And then cross multiply the 6. And 6 will go into that. So you get y equals negative 24. So my answer is 27 comma negative 24. And then I would check that by plugging it into equation number 1 and plugging it into equation number 2. The two numbers, 27 and minus 24. You put them in here and you see if it works. Get out your calculator. But write it down first. 7 times 27 plus 8 times parentheses negative 24. Write that down, then put it in the calculator and see if you get minus 3. You write it down so you don't put it in the calculator wrong. That's a really common mistake. So write down what you're calculating first, then put it in the calculator, okay? If you use a calculator for it, which probably you would for this one. Then do the same thing with the second one. Negative 5 times 27 minus 6 times parentheses, negative 24. And then write that down, then put it in the calculator, and you'll see that you get 9. So then you know that you did this right. So I wrote out what I was doing there on the paper. I didn't write out all the steps of computing these because I just put them in my calculator after I wrote them down, and I got minus 3, which is what I wanted. So I put a check. Yep, good. And then I did the same thing here. I got 9, which is what I wanted. So, yep, check, good. So it has to work in both equations or it's wrong. You have to go back and find your mistake if it's wrong.